On 14th of May 2026, I made a very bold claim, and the claim was, or it was more of a decision to change something in my life and stop being financially dependent on other people and clients and stop trading my time for money. Today is 22nd of August 2026, so it's 3 months ago, and I'm feeling a bit sad that I haven't documented my process so much in the past 3 months, but if you go back to my video, I'm in the process of doing exactly this. And I don't really know how this actually came to happen, which is why I'm sad to not really have documented the full process. But at some point during those 3 months, I think very shortly after I made this video, I had an idea. An idea sparked inside of my mind, and it resulted in me in creating a digital product. But not just any digital product, creating something that I would want to give to myself. And earlier this year, I had a huge transformation, I would say. Last year I didn't feel so good at the end of the year. I wasn't feeling beautiful. I wasn't feeling good enough, and on the New Year's I had a big transformation, and it happened because I actually dressed in something that makes me feel beautiful, and I realized I might not feel good about myself, but if I change what I'm wearing, it also changes how I feel about myself. And in February, I bought my sewing machine, even though I have not really any experience in sewing. My grandma has a sewing machine, and I did a sewing project with her, but I just told her what I wanted to do, and that was it. I didn't really sew the thing that ended up being made. But I just was so passionate, like, no, I'm gonna create my own clothing. I'm so freaking done with not being able to wear quality clothing with quality material, wearing things that make me feel good in terms of the silhouette, in terms of the color. Also, I'm a big fan of color analysis. So I just couldn't find these things, and I was so done with that. So with no sewing experience, with the blessing of my mom and grandma, we went to the sewing store and we bought a sewing machine. And somehow, and mind you, this happened in February, so I already had a sewing machine when I recorded the video in May. And somehow the idea sparked, I'm going to create a sewing pattern for the shirt that I made. One of the first shirts that I made, I was just amazed of what I created. I'm going to I'm going to give you a sneak peek of how this shirt looks like, but you've already seen it on my channel. I'm creating, surprise, surprise, I'm creating a pattern for this shirt that now other people can wear. And I'm currently, it's so fun. I'm currently in my little workshop. I'm currently at my at the place where you usually go at the sea, and I have my patterns here. I actually commissioned a Fiverr team to create the pattern for me because I don't know how to do it digitally. I was winging it with the clothing that I had, and just I was always, I'm not afraid to say this, I was always good at visualizing things and kind of materializing things with my own hands. But this, for the creating the entire digital product, I actually gave it to a professional team. And I'm at the stage now where I have recorded a sew along process of the video of the shirt, and I created a blue top with the pattern that I commissioned the Fiverr team on, but actually wasn't happy with the pattern that they gave me. Which is great information because I'm still in contact with them and we're redoing the pattern. And I'm just so grateful for this team because they're so kind. They have like unlimited iterations that I can do with them. And the next couple of days, and even today, I think I might be able to do it today. I'm going to be reviewing the measurements that they sent me and everything, and I'm going to send them what they need to adjust. and then I'm gonna make another shirt. So in the video that's gonna come out in a couple of weeks, that it's a sew along tutorial, it's gonna be two colored shirts because one is gonna be the blue one that I created first, that is great as a sewing process, but the pattern is not gonna be exactly the same, but it's still the tutorial stands and you can follow it. It's just going to be like a couple of measurements here and there. Some things are going to be wider, some things are going to be more narrow, and that's the pattern that you're going to get in the end. And I wish that I recorded my struggles in the process, because when I started recording, I didn't think how I was going to be able to do that. I also was frustrated with the pattern because it wasn't, but I also have to remember, like, other people are still humans and they cannot get inside my head and really understand what I immediately understand what I want them to do. So I'm just so grateful to this Fiverr team that is just so kind and is willing to put up with not even put up, but willing to be so patient and share, and is determined to share my vision and bring it into life. So, and the end goal, and this is one of the things why I'm doing this, and I still struggle with this, is I actually, there's multiple things. I choose to be kind to myself, and one of the ways how I can be kind to myself is to wear things that are beautiful. Now I'm wearing just like a regular tank top and a swimming suit underneath, which is also in a way beautiful. Wearing things that are beautiful, giving other people the possibility of feeling at least a little bit better on their day to day by just wearing what feels good to them. And if they don't have that, having the ability to sew it. I have so many other pieces that I created that I wear on a day-to-day as well, that I'm wondering if I should make a pattern for that. In the video that is going to come out soon, I'm going to also visually showcase everything else I've done, so if people are interested, I can also make additional patterns. Yeah, but also I'm feeling just during the process, I felt so guilty, and I'm not even charging for this yet because the product doesn't fully exist yet. I'm not charging for this yet, and I'm feeling guilty for charging because somehow I have it ingrained in my mind that it's not okay. If you're enjoying the process, if you're enjoying what you're creating, that it's bad to ask for money for the value that you're providing. But when you're working on something that you don't want and don't like, then it's okay that you get paid whatever amount it is. And I am changing that because the value that we bring to the world, especially if it's by doing the things that we love, has even more value than any other thing that we would do. So I'm very grateful that I'm going to be able to show you what I am creating in maybe a month and a half. I'm going to be very bold, and I feel scared that I'm going to say this. By the first... Oh my God. I'm going to post this on YouTube, so it's going to be live everywhere. Okay. By the 1st of October, I have published my sewing YouTube video. My ads are running for the digital product so that the ads can find people who need this, whose lives are going to be richer by following along in the sewing tutorial video, following along the journey, using the video, using the sewing process as self-care. So running ads so people can find this. And that my website, my landing page is live until October 1st. Okay. Uh, and I'll be traveling in September, and I have a conference in September for work, so it's a bit scary for me to say the 1st of October. Hi, okay. Yeah. Okay, I'm not gonna go back on that. Um, yes, I believe that I can do it. Well, at least I recorded this struggle moment. Yeah. But it's okay. I'm doing this process for me, and I'm just enjoying myself so much. I'm just having so much fun. And even though some moments I don't really know what is the next step, but I'm just doing it anyway. And I'm reading Think and Grow Rich book. I was reading it a couple of weeks ago, and the biggest lesson that I got from this book, I haven't read it fully, but it's persistence. That people with brilliant ideas who haven't persisted, of course they haven't succeeded, but people even with average ideas that have persisted succeeded. And but whatever, what does even success mean? Like, I think for me, success is proving to myself that I can do something like that, and doing my absolute best for a project of mine, and not giving up to something that's important to me, and that to something that I feel an inner calling towards. Um, so yeah, I might do a couple of these also check-ins. So funny. And now on the timer, I saw 1155. Interesting. I might do a couple of these also check-ins. And I think it might be people to see this interesting to people who see this video coming from the sewing video that I'm going to publish in a couple of weeks, seeing it's not smooth sailing all the time. The process, even if you see me with like at chapter 25, I still had chapter 5, chapter 1, 5, 7, 10, 12. And those chapters were full of wanting to quit, wanting to give up. But I always knew that I was not going to quit. All of the moments that I had and the past couple of months where I didn't know what would be my next couple of steps, I knew that I wasn't going to give up. So if by any chance you're comparing, I don't know what my success is going to look like um, in a couple of months, and I can say that my goal is to serve people with such a valuable service that they're more than happy to pay for what I have provided them, and using that money to spark even more joy um, anywhere I go, whatever I do, and that enables me to do even more projects like this, and that I don't have to put them on pause because there's something else that I have to do that's bringing me money, and that I have to pause these things. So, yeah. Um, Keep following along on this YouTube journey. I also wrote a Substack post on and it's related to how I'm approaching this project, and I'm actually working on it every day except the weekend, because the weekend is like integration process for me. And some people are so baffled by how can you work on such a project every day, because I've been working on it every day during the week. And it's because I have a minimum standard of I show up for myself every day, at least 5 minutes on this project. And I wrote about this process in my newsletter. If you want to, I'll put a Substack link where you can subscribe if you want. I'm all about the question that is always in my mind is, how can I nurture myself even more? How can I optimize my life even more? How can I be even happier? How can I nurture and nourish and grow the best kind of life that I possibly can for myself, and then also share it with other people. I had so many friends that came to me with some of these questions, and it always sparks me so much to help them in some way. So feel free to subscribe. Feel free to stay along for the ride, for the chapters. I feel like we're currently at chapter 15. I don't know why. 15 sounds like an appropriate number. And keep following along. And if you're here from the future, if you're further than the 22nd or 3rd of August, yeah, be inspired that everything is a process and it's not smooth sailing, but it's I want to say it's fun, and I think it's fun. Sometimes it's not so fun, but most of the time it's fun. So now I'm going to go and review the pattern from the Fiverr team and send them back iteration so that you guys can have the most beautiful sewing pattern for this incredible shirt. So I'll see you on the other side. Bye bye.